So now that we have our model ready, what we can do is actually start creating some records in our database. So what they want us to do is create a person with the name, age, and favorite foods, and then we want to save this to our database. So the first thing to do is create a person. Now I kind of showed you how to do this in the last video, but I'll do it again here. And if I just took a quick look at this server.js, and the test for this is being run inside the the test for this is being done inside the create and save person function right here. So we have to write all our code inside this create and save person function that's being done here. So firstly, let's create a person. So I'm just gonna say something like let Francesca, for example, equals new person. And remember, inside it we give it an object with all the types and values from our schema. So we want to do name Francesca, let's say age 20, and then favorite, oops, we have to be careful with the U there, favorite foods. And I'm just gonna go with just one item in here, sushi. I don't know, she likes Japanese food. So then what we need to do is we have to basically try and save this to our database. So we have the database connection that we set up here. So what we can do is once we've created an instance of a person or an instance of a model, we can call the save method on that. By the way, this instance of a model is called the document. So you want to call the save method on the document or on Francesca or whatever the person's called. And this is a function that takes in two things. So it takes in a data and an error. So if this was done successfully, this function will be called. So this function always gets called. And if it was done successfully, the error and the data should be the opposite way around. I'll just say that again. So once a save is completed, it'll run this function that takes in an error and a data, I think. And yeah, function error and data. So if there's an error, this error value will have something. And if it was successful, this data value will have something. So the first thing we want to do is if there's an error, we just want to log the error just so we can know what happened. It's kind of like doing an async import, I guess, using an XML HTTP request. And otherwise, so if there wasn't an error, so we only want to continue if the error doesn't exist. We have this data right here. And the way that this is tested is that in here they run the create and save person thing with a function here, and this function is basically this done function that it takes in. So we need to run the done function. That's just the function that they'll use to test, and then this done function just takes in null and data. And if we look at the test, what it does is it kind of like checks if that data exists. So if there isn't a data, then it will return an error and so on. So again, what this does is it tries to save it. If there's an error, it logs it. Otherwise, it runs this done function, which is what we wanted. So let's save that and try submitting it. So you just want to, again, sorry, click share, and then copy this live app link and try pasting it in. One thing I've noticed for me was it sometimes takes a couple of attempts for it to work. No, this one worked first time. And if we look at our data here in the DB1 database, and I just refresh it, we can see that this new collection has just been created called people. And now you might be wondering where it got this name people from, since our model is called person. And I just had a look at this, and this is actually quite cool. When Mongoose automatically looks for a plural version of your model name. So I think that's quite interesting. So it's actually converted our person into people for us. Um, the reason that there's no actual people created inside of this, so the reason Francesca isn't in this, is that in server.js, what they do is they then proceed to actually remove that person. So if I were to like maybe just comment this out for now, and I run the test again, so it'll run that function again. It succeeds this time, but if we refresh it now, we can see that, look, we have our first piece of data in the database. So we have the document right here, and we have all this information in a JSON like syntax. And each time you add people, they'll pop up here. I'm just going to restore this now because I don't want another one to be created. So yeah, but again, all you have to do is in here, just create a new person, then run the save method on that. And if there's no error for that, you want to call done with that null and data, where data comes from here. So yeah, I hope that's clear.